Welcome to another video, and today I am with my partner Erin Maddie OFM, and we're going to be talking about everything, so let's get to it.
So I've got some topics written down that we can talk about. So the first thing is the real difference between hustling and building a business.
So yeah, there's an actual difference between hustling and building a business. Hustling, people say, oh yeah, I'm hustling, I'm building a business, but what are you actually doing, right? Like, you say you're hustling, what is that? Like, are you staying up all night? Are you building systems? People say hustling, I feel like, as a cover-up. Like, you know what I mean?
People are like, I'm hustling through winter, like going to the gym, but like going to the gym isn't building a business. So like the term hustling is just like,
well, hustling's like for
consistent,
anything, right? Yeah, exactly. And hustling's with anything. Like, you could say I'm hustling in the gym.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, exactly that.
So that's not building a business. So I guess like,
no,
just because you're hustling at something doesn't mean you're an entrepreneur or you're like building a business.
No.
It could just mean you're being consistent with one thing. So, and I don't even like saying like, oh, I'm hustling hard for my business, because it shouldn't be that. It should just be you're taking it day by day, that you're like focused on it, yeah. But hustling sounds like you're rushing. I don't know if that's just me.
I kind of get that concept. Like, hustling sounds rush. It sounds I don't know if it's just me, but it sounds like stress.
Yeah, it sounds like more difficult than it
But
needs to be.
it is stressful. That's why everyone's not made to be an entrepreneur.
I think as well, like most people say like, yeah, I'm hustling hard, I'm gonna make, but like they're the sort of people that don't make it. I think that's just me anyway. That's what I used to say. I used to say, oh, I'm hustling hard when I used to do like drop shipping. But like, where am I actually getting realistically? Like,
you're not actually built systems.
No,
like, there's no systems
gambling.
Literally gambling. And I feel like hustling gets thrown around a lot.
Yeah, exactly.
No, you actually are like hustling, like working hard every day. There is that hustling, but I think a lot of people say it that just they don't even know what it means, right? Like,
exactly, and
they're not actually putting in the work.
The word hustle doesn't sound like a word anymore.
Exactly. I think it's overused.
It is.
To be fair, when did it feel like overused? Like,
I feel like it was such a thing in like 2018, like, or 19, like.
Yeah.
I heard it loads.
Yeah, I did as well. I think, was it then? It might have been then, to be fair. But yeah, it gets thrown a lot.
University.
Yeah, and you see a lot of people like say I'm a hustler, and they do like multiple side hustles, but that's not a business.
Side hustles, like, it's got that relation with side hustles, and a side hustle is not a real business.
It's just
it's
not, like, for example, like if you think, if you got in your heads that you do OF, for example, right? If you think doing OnlyFans is a side hustle, like, you're not going to succeed.
No, because it's only going to bring in side hustle income if it's a side hustle. If it's a real business and you focus on it like how we focus on our business to scale, it's going to scale. But if you treat it like a side hustle, it's going to have side hustle income.
Yeah, exactly. Side hustle effects, 100%.
Speaking of scaling, do you think scaling too fast could kill your business?
Can you give more detail? And like, I don't.
So what I'm getting from me saying that is like, if you try and like go full steam ahead, maybe you might miss things, or you might get too comfortable, stuff like that.
Yeah, I mean, when you say like what was the first thing you said? Too
fast, like scale too fast.
I don't know if there's a thing, scale too fast. I don't know if there's obviously mistakes. If you scale too fast, like say you get lucky and you get sign a model, and she blows up, does 100k, right? There's going to be mistakes going to be made, because you don't generally know everything, if that makes sense.
Yeah, and I guess the reason I say it is because like we've made that mistake when we started business. Obviously, you're just full steam ahead, you've got the growth going, and you don't think about the things that could happen. You don't think about like the consequences. Obviously, we got comfortable, and then life things happened, got in the way, and then everything kind of crumbled a bit. So it's like, if you're more prepared and plan it better, you can scale fast still, but be more prepared, I guess. So it could technically kill your business if you're not prepared and you've not planned it properly.
Yeah, true. I mean, as well, like, what I like to bring it is always learn before you earn.
Yeah, instead
That's
of
one of my
just
favourite
jumping
sayings.
into
Like,
it.
learn before you earn. Like, go deep into. If it's something you want to do, I would suggest fully suggest going like full deep into it. Like, be shit at it for like 6 months to a year, and over time you just gradually get better because you learn. Right, everyone learns.
Exactly.
Yeah, just go heavily into it. Read like books, do a course, and yeah.
I think as well, like, let's take our industry, for example. If an agency owner gets on a model, let's say they're already doing like 10k a month, and the model for some reason trusts them and they don't know what they're doing, they're going to try and scale this model. And they might actually scale her, but so many problems arise on the way and they don't know what to do. And making the wrong decision or not making a good decision in time could kill off her business. Therefore, you'd lose her as a model.
Yeah.
So you could be scaling from luck or just being right place, right time.
There's a difference between actually scaling and actually scaling with systems, right?
Yeah, and then there's luck.
You need systems to scale. If you don't have systems, you're literally just gambling. What's one thing you struggled with while doing business?
I think hiring a team is really hard. Obviously, we have a team now, but without, again, the systems in place, the SOPs, it's so difficult, especially when you first start out. Like previous businesses I've had in the past, such as like the dropshipping, the influencer marketing, the social media stuff, like trying to get people involved is so hard because obviously to start off when you've got nothing, you just have to trust people. And no one has the same mindset as you. Like I've trusted pretty much every friend I had at the time in helping, or they were like, oh, I want to do it with you, but they just don't have that same vision. So they bring you down with their lack of consistency and motivation for it. Like it's supposed to be a 50-50 thing, like how we have the business together, but we both strive for the same thing, so it's going to grow. But if one of you wants something more than the other person holds you back. And I've had that loads of people, like everyone I've ever trusted.
Well, a lesson there is just don't. Just don't do business with your friends.
Just hire a team that
Literally
you pay
hire
them to
a
work
team.
for you.
Yeah,
or
that's what you should have done. You shouldn't have. I know what you mean though, because you want to help out. And
when you first start as well, from nothing, you kind of have to get people to work for free. And
you don't have to, but it would be ideal. But that's rare that it works out.
Yeah, and it's rare to find someone who obviously has that same vision. Like I think even with you, I was like, I'm never doing business with someone I know again. Like I'm going to do it on my own. Literally fed up of it, but then we ended up doing it and it was fine. But I did.
That's because we just worked so well together.
But obviously I was a bit skeptical at first that it would be a good idea because it's just like, it's hard to balance like your friendship or relationship with someone and do business, because it's kind of like if we work together, like it's a separate life. Like when people have a 9 to 5, they have their work friends, their work like life and whatever, and then they go home and it's completely different. But we have to mix the two. But it literally did just work straight away.
We just work like you know, like how you said like to separate. You have to separate like yourself from like being friends with your friend if you're working with your friend, for example. But with us, I don't know. Like obviously we've had a couple of arguments, but we haven't like, I don't know. We just work. I can't explain it, but
yeah, I know what you mean. Because like when I've done it with friends in the past, like they've slacked, they've not done the work, or they've done something wrong, and it feels almost awkward to kind of say to them, look, like you're not doing enough, because you feel like they're going to take it personally, and they do, and that's the problem, because they can't take constructive criticism.
It's more. I would say it's more of a bad idea to work with friends. It's a lot of risk that goes into it. There's a lot of risk. And yeah, the best thing to do is just, you need to make SOPs. Like, you can't hire anyone unless you make SOPs, because you need to tell them how to do it. So
exactly that. I think the main thing as well is like, when you have a business, you've got to do everything yourself to start with, so you know what's needed to kind of like create the SOPs as well.
Yeah,
like,
yeah, 100%.
Take the chatting, for example. Like I did chatting on people's accounts myself for literally years before we even started doing it together. So obviously we can construct something to train chatters. So you have to experience it yourself rather than just
You have to do it
jumping
yourself
in,
for
yeah.
for at least like a little bit. Once it gets overwhelming, obviously that's when you start hiring straight away.
Exactly, and you need to be prepared for that as well. Because like obviously with us, we went from making pretty much nothing to suddenly like 30k in a month at one point. And in that time, from doing everything ourselves, like having like our heads down, working, learning everything, planning everything, all of a sudden we're just scaling, and then we have no team at all. It's just us. So we're there like.
Remember like hiring up? Remember when we hired our first like chatters?
And we
I had a
hadn't-
week of every
I
day
know.
training our chatters.
And at first we had no idea. We're like, oh my God, we need chatters. Like, we need to figure this out. But obviously you need to figure out, plan it properly. Don't just hire people for the sake of it as well. That's another mistake people make. Like,
You need
it's
to
better
look,
actually
when
get good
hiring,
people.
you need to look, well, what I do is look for the best talent.
Yeah. Or,
But it's
or
so
someone with
hard
that
to find talent.
potential who needs
Oh,
that
potentially, yeah,
extra
because
push.
I feel like chatters, just chatters, like, when you hire them, they're going to be at like 60 to 70% performance rate, right? So you need to train them, and it takes time, because they are going to make mistakes.
Yeah, exactly. The worst part as well, obviously I'm not going to get into the conversation about AI taking over, but if you're relying on humans, there's going to be human error. And
Yeah.
it's about getting in a routine. It's like when you start working any job, like you don't understand things. Like when I started working at B&M when I was younger, like I didn't know how to work the till. I'd have to ask questions constantly in the beginning, and then you understand
You just get
it.
the hang of it,
It
'cause you
becomes
learn.
second nature.
Yeah, exactly that, and that's how it comes to chatting. But also as well, I find a lot of people with chatters, like they train them, they have the training program, and then that's it, they leave. No, don't leave, they stop training them.
Yeah, and then they get lazy.
But I feel
because
that's
they need
a
that
massive,
motivation.
yeah, and they need that reset.
Yeah, exactly.
I think that's a massive mistake some people make. You constantly need to have weekly calls with your chatters and just go over everything. So it's just implemented in their head all the time.
And then like the main people in your team, obviously there's like, let's say for us the chatters, and then the closer person to us is the chatting manager.
Yeah.
And then obviously you've got relationship manager, stuff like that. Like the kind of closer circle of the team needs
And you
to all be in the
got
loop.
content director as well.
Yeah, exactly. All needs to be in the loop. And then they feed back to their team so that then they're in the loop as well.
Yeah.
But if it's just kind of you like just being messy, being like, yeah, do this, do that, and no one communicating, it's not going to work. And there's kind of no point having a team because it's not going to be effective.
Yeah, especially as well, you need like full transparency as well.
Yeah, exactly. I think as well, like people don't really talk about like the ugly side of being your own boss. Like obviously you're the one that has the team in place, but when most people have like a normal job or they go from a normal job to owning a business, they don't realise how much you kind of need to do, not just in terms of tasks and like getting stuff done, but like motivating yourself. Like if you don't get out of bed today and do the work, you're not going to scale, but there's no one telling you to actually do it. It's literally you, and you have to do it yourself.
Literally, yeah. To be fair, when I first quit my job, like
Culture
I
shock.
struggled with that, like getting up. To be fair, we had no structure in place,
No.
so it was like extra hard. But yeah, I found that difficult. I found it weird as well for the first 3 months, just like not having a job as
Yeah, 'cause
well.
it's like no,
and
there's no
like
rota anymore.
I went from having a schedule to having like no schedule, and it was all messed up.
I think as well, the first few months we started, well, longer than that, like 6 months, we were just so lost because there's so much going on. Again, personal stuff happening, no structure in place. It's kind of just like trying to get people on to do, because it's when we did webcam management as well. So we were more focused on that, I'd say, at this time.
Yeah.
It was like trying to just get people on. Like we did actually help people make good money. It's just, where was the scale? Like how did we get in a better position than we were? It just didn't feel like it was really going anywhere. And I
It's
think that's
because
our
we
fault.
have models join when we done strip chat join, and then they'll just end up leaving.
Yeah, because like how, like there's no system to help them scale more than they did. Like we gave them the numbers and that was it. And they'd make decent money, we'd make decent money, and now what?
Yeah.
It kind of didn't really have
There's no
structure.
actual like build up.
No, it was
to
just one thing.
Like, yeah, webcam management. I'll never do it again. But yeah. And the thing is, well, from what you were saying about obviously becoming your own boss and everything, like there's people that fall into that trap of, oh yeah, I'm gonna quit my job, I'm gonna become my own boss, but they actually work their job is working in the business. You know what I mean? Like the goal is to be like an architect, right? You're not working. You shouldn't be working in the business.
No, like people work in the business for you, and you become their boss.
Yeah, exactly.
You become the boss of yourself and other people.
Yeah, and there's people that fall into that trap of, yeah, I'm gonna become self-employed. I'm gonna not have a boss, but they end up working their job for work in their job, in their business for however long, and then they're just trapped because they never actually scale.
If you want to still do stuff in your business, like do certain tasks or jobs that you don't actually need to do, like you can just to like look at some data or to figure things out. But if you take yourself out of what you're doing in the next 10 minutes from when you do it, is it still going to run? If the answer is no, then you need to figure that out, because that's when you're stuck in
when
the
you know
business.
you've got a business that works for you, like let's say if you're ill for like a couple of weeks. You know, when I was seriously ill for, was it like 3 months? Like, the business was still going well when I was ill. And I was literally, like, I could not work.
Literally, imagine we hadn't had, like, systems in place and you suddenly got ill. Everything would have gone wrong.
That's crazy.
Everything. Like, we would have gone from what we were doing to zero, pretty much.
That's scary.
Overnight,
That's
pretty
scary.
much. In a matter of, like... Because even the day we had to go to A&E and we were there the entire day, imagine we still had to do everything. We wouldn't have been able to do anything for an entire day, and that would have made sales go down.
Yeah, 100%. It's
imagine
so crazy.
Imagine if we still had to do the chats, like how tired you were as well. Like all day. I would have been there like with like 10 phones doing all the chatting. And I was tired and I'd have no sleep. I wouldn't be able to do anything. That's a nightmare. I can't imagine that. That's awful.
No, that's crazy.
When you're your own boss as well, like people, I think, envy that a bit. Like they want to do the same thing. They want to leave their job. They see like the lifestyle, even if it's not for them, they think it could be. And I get that all the time. Like people always ask, like, how do you actually make money? How do you start a business? And a lot of people as well see we're doing well and they think like they could do what we do, and they want to know about OnlyFans management specifically. So I
would suggest anyone to do it. Like, I would say OFM is definitely like the easiest to do.
Yeah, there's a lot of potential.
Right now, the market's crazy.
Very saturated, but that's a good thing.
Yeah, but even when people say saturated, like, yeah, there's a lot of people that do it, but the amount of actually good agencies in this marketplace is so low.
That's what I'm saying, it's a good thing.
Yeah.
And it's saturated, like, because there's loads of agencies getting on models, but models are also skeptical. So it's like people think if I start an agency, I'm not going to be able to get anyone on. But that's wrong, because if something's saturated, that means it's in demand. So that means there's models who need agencies, but there's a lot of options, but 99% of them are shit.
Yeah, literally, yeah. It's all those like,
fake
it's
gurus.
all those like, yeah, you know, there's like those 18-year-olds. Remember, like doing OFM was like a trend.
Yeah,
I feel like it's kind of like, you know, how like trading was a trend.
Yeah.
It still kind of is, but
that's how I found out about it, though. To be fair, like I saw someone do it, and then I just didn't think about it. But then someone I was friends with.
But there's just all these 18-year-olds. They're like, yeah, I run a business, I do OFM. But they don't actually run a business. They've got no systems in place. It's like, they just don't know what they're talking about. But no, they claim they do OFM.
Exactly, and I think every OnlyFans creator can tell the difference between someone who's genuine and someone who rented a car but doesn't actually make money.
Yeah, but then to be fair, there's new creators that join every single day, and they're not going to know the difference. Oh yeah, the new creators
aren't going to know.
No, and that's the bad thing. But there's so many, even creators now that've been doing it. Like
they fall.
Some don't know. Yeah, like they just fall for the flashy things. Like, oh, he's got a Lambo. A rented Lambo in Dubai that he's taken like 120 photos with. He might pretend to own that Lambo. you know?
Yeah, exactly, and people will fall for it and they'll
Yeah,
learn
and that's the
way.
worst thing. Like, managements in OFM have been given like such a bad name now, because the amount of people that come on and
Yeah, exactly.
claim all these false promises, all these massive promises that they can help these creators, and they just mess up these creators' pages. Like, it's crazy.
And then it gives them trust issues, and then when there's actually decent people who have a good business that can help creators scale, they don't trust them because
It's harder
it's
to build
tarnished.
because they get classical conditioning, and yeah, it is. They find it really hard to trust agencies, but that's why you work on your personal brand. Building a personal brand is so important. Like, the number one thing to do is, I would say, YouTube. If you're not doing YouTube, you need to do YouTube. Like, I believe the biggest thing when owning and scaling a business is personal brand. I think it's bigger than everything else.
It's like a creator, if they go on someone's Instagram page and they've got no posts, a bad bio, barely any followers, and they're just not posting the journey, like, why are they going to trust them?
Even with agency owners.
That's what I said.
Oh, if we said girls.
Yeah, like if they go on someone's page. Like
Oh, yeah.
Whereas if they go on someone's page, like take us for example, not only do we post like us working, we also post like things in our personal life, like when we got Nando, because we got a dog. Like, it's our personal life. We're showing us as well. We're not just trying to fake this lifestyle and show like, oh look, we're doing this, we're doing that. Like, it's just our everyday and it's our journey.
There's a lot of people as well that say like big claims, like we scaled this, scaled her.
It's like,
but
yeah,
they don't actually show the proof. Like, where's the results?
Like, you can
literally
show a screenshot,
just go.
But show us the journey. Show us how you scaled that model, and if you can't, you didn't do it.
Yeah, exactly, and show us actual proof.
Yeah,
literally
exactly.
show up the results. Do like a Miro chart or a Lucid chart and talk and break it down how you did it. I think that's the best way to do it. And I don't know if I don't think many people do it.
It's like a creator, like, it's all well and good them saying, oh, you made someone 80k last month, like, I want that. But if a creator sees that you made someone 80k and you've made a video explaining, I did this, and these were the steps that we took to get her there, they're going to be like, oh my God, that sounds so good. And it just makes it more trustworthy.
Yeah, there's all such good things saying, like, bragging online, like, oh, no agency as good as mine. Not even like agency, but like, my team's the best. Like, you wish you had my team, or that's all good and all, but that's not going to gain them trust. Well, bragging to get views, I'd say brag to get views. That works, but it doesn't convert. It doesn't build the trust either. The best thing to do is, for example, film a YouTube video, and break it down. How, say, I got to this creator to 100k in 2 months or 1 month. Let me show you how I did it. And then you break it down. That's the best way.
Yeah, because then they can see the journey and they know you actually did it because you're proving the steps rather than just making a big claim with no proof.
Yeah, and if you tell them, even give any free value, any tips to a creator, and they do it and it works for them, they're going to trust you. Literally, just by that. They're going to trust you just by that.
So going off the trust aspect of things, like, creators think very differently, like, with what happens to actually what does happen when they work with a team. Like, what they envision it to be is completely different to what actually happens if they work with a good team, that is. Like, for example, if people have had bad experiences, they might just assume that all agencies are the same, right? So they might think, oh, you just want to go 50-50 with me to take half of my money. Or they might say, like, oh, you're just going to profit off us. Like, it's not fair that you're profiting off of these girls who are making money, stuff like that. But on the other end of the spectrum, like us, for example, we work as a partnership. We don't want to come across in that way. Obviously, we're not working with them to take half their money. We're working with them to scale them to the point where taking half of the profit is like nothing to them. Because before working with us, that would have sounded like a lot, but then we show them it's actually not, because if you're making 3k a month when you come to us and then a few months in you're making 50k, you wouldn't be in that position without teaming up with us. So we've actually helped you get from your current situation to where you want to be Whereas like some people just assume that it's going to be, oh, you're just taking half my money. And I think that's another thing with these fake gurus. That's what they do. They don't have the systems in place. They don't know what they're doing. So
And
they
end
do
up
take
killing
these
the
girls' money.
creator's page as well.
Exactly. And then their trust is out the window.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's actually crazy. But I feel like this is a good thing, because the harder that OFM gets, the more that the actual good managements and good teams actually rise. Like,
Yeah, exactly. And it'd be really obvious to tell them apart from the bad ones.
yeah.
I think as well, because it's not so much a trend to do it, people aren't going to start it for no reason. Like, they're not going to be like, oh my God, how do I make money? Like, OFM, I'm just going to get into that. Like, you know, it went from like drop shipping to OFM. Now it's trading. People are trying to do trading.
Yeah, but now trading's like coming. I feel like, I don't know, there's
Something
not many
else
like
is next. I don't know what it is. But
yeah, I
something
don't know what
else
it is,
next.
but there's going to be something crazy.
So if you own a business and it's not been a trend yet, they're probably coming for you. When working with creators, like, what would you say are the biggest red flags? Like, if you're looking for a creator to work with, what comes to mind?
The biggest red flags, so from the jump, right? You could even on the first like call, when they say, for example, like they don't like to get told what to do, because in this team you're gonna like.
There is an aspect of that.
Yeah, and if you don't like that, then how do you proceed forward?
Yeah,
That's the
true.
first red flag. And the biggest one, I would say, from my experience, is that it's been 1 month and they've done one piece of content and they're like, why have we not blown up? Why have I not blown up?
Yeah, they've done nothing and they're like, guys, why have you not scaled me yet? And we're like, we work organically, so we kind of need the content.
Yeah, and just from then, you just know from that,
Yeah.
as like a C-tier creator.
I think as well, like, if someone joins and they're just really on it and they're like really excited, they're motivated, their communication's strong, they go on every call with us and they're actually working as hard as we are, we know they're going to be successful.
Yeah, because there's a lot of creators that claim that they want to earn crazy money, they're willing to work so hard and do everything they can, but when it actually comes down to it, it's actually rare to find like an actual crazy like superstar model that would do
Especially
everything.
as well, like with our systems, they have to work dependent on the time it takes them to work and do the content, but I'd say somewhere between 5 to 10 hours per week, and that is it to actually get where they want to be. So that's realistically not that long. That's actually 1 day of work if you do it in 1 day, or maybe spread it out across a few days, and that's all they need to do, and anything else is extra. And some of them make that such a task. You just know it's not for them. They don't have the business mindset.
Yeah, because not all creators are made to blow up. Not made to scale.
Some creators are made for it to be a side hustle, and some are made to make it their full-time income.
And the actual business and actually scaled, because
we can't do it for them. Like, we're there to guide them and implement like our systems, and then they plug into it. But we can't just be like, right, sign with us, we're going to make you money. It's sign with us, we'll work as a team, and we can get you where you want to be, but you have to do X,
and we
Y,
map
and
out
Z.
a plan for them as well.
But on the initial call as well, where we say like, where do you want to be in 6 months' time? If they turn around and say some realistic like number that's really not that hard to get to, like,
that's a massive green flag. Like, if they say like 5K in like 6 months, that's just no.
That's not a green flag, that's a red flag.
Yeah, there's no ambition there. But if you turn around and say a creator that's doing, let's say 5K, right, or like 1K, and she said she wants to be making 50 to 100K in like 6 months.
I was gonna say, like, we want to make $1 million a month. Like, that's possible, and that's our goal. And that sounds like a lot, right? But if we said, oh, we just want to make like 50K a month, like when we started, that's not really like that hard to do when you break it down. So we wouldn't aim that high, but if we're aiming high, we're going to get higher, if that makes sense.
Yeah,
That's what
no,
I mean.
yeah,
So
I know what you, I know what you mean.
if they
I know
say
what you
something
mean.
that sounds unrealistic, that means they've got big goals and dreams, and that means they probably
Their
are made
ambitions
for it.
are, yeah.
But if they say they want to make 10k and they're already making 6k,
That's
that's
crazy.
easy. Like probably in the first month, just from the chatting alone, you're going to scale if you're at that point. So you're not really looking into the future like, oh, all these systems, all these things I can do. You're just kind of wanting to grow a bit. But like, where's the ambition to make it your full-time income and get rich? Like, you're doing it because you want money, right? And you want that success. But you're not going to be rich and successful making 10k a month. That's not a successful business. That's a decent side hustle.
This might sound controversial, but 90% of creators won't even hit 10k a month.
No, and that's just a fact. They won't, because a lot of them try and obviously do it themselves, and they do have that side hustle mindset. So they're not ambitious enough to kind of make it a full-time thing. Obviously, hitting 10k is like a nice first micro goal. Obviously, you can say, I make 5 figures a month. That's like what most people dream of, right? When they're working a job, like imagine making 10k a month, that would be insane. But getting there is actually harder than you think. Like with the right systems, it's so easy. But as a creator who has no idea what they're doing, it's so hard to get there. There's so
It's
many
because
mistakes
most of
they
the
make.
creators as well are posting and gambling.
Yeah, literally just chucking
Hoping
something
to
up,
go
hoping for the
viral,
best.
hoping to go viral, and it doesn't, and
Yeah,
they'll just keep
exactly.
posting and posting. Most of the time, the consistency isn't what's wrong.
Yeah, there's a lot of players in it. Obviously, there's consistency, there's content
There is
quality,
consistency, yeah.
there's what they're posting. Is it entertaining? Does it have viral hooks? There's so many things that they're probably not doing, or they're doing wrong, or they're missing. So you can't really just post something and hope for the best. Like, they could have one viral video. Doesn't mean it was actually a good video, and it doesn't mean they're actually going to continue to grow. Whereas if you do it right, then you'll have viral.
They'll go off that viral video and then they'll post it again and then it won't blow up.
Yeah, exactly.
So it's just gambling and then just wondering what's going wrong.
Yeah, like if you post consistently the wrong content, you will eventually get some views because you're being consistent. But you don't want to just post consistently and every couple of months get a viral video. You want to be seeing like viral video after viral video. Some might have less views and then you might get the big ones, but they're all getting views that are impressive rather than posting for nothing, but you're getting nothing from it, like getting really low views, and then you suddenly get like a small viral video and you feel like it's a success, but in the reality of it, it's not, because you could be posting the right content and actually scaling from it.
Yeah, exactly that. You got it bang on, 100%. What's like the biggest realization you faced while doing business?
That your friends will never get it, but that's fine. Like, unless they have a business themselves or they've experienced it, they're never going to understand. Like, I think you can relate as well. Obviously, if you stop going drinking or you want to focus on business, like it looks like a problem, but it's because you want to better yourself, but they will never actually understand.
No, because most people as well live in comfort.
Exactly.
They all want to be comfortable. They don't have the same mindset. They all go out. These same people like go out partying, drinking, sleeping around, and they've actually got like no ambition, no ambition.
No, and that's not going to get you to where you want to be if you want to be successful.
Yeah, that's why there's only certain people that can do it.
Yeah, because obviously not everyone's made for it, and if they were, it would be easy, right?
Exactly.
And everyone would be rich.
That. But yeah, and like there's some people like put you down as well. They might think you're weird, and then obviously they just don't understand.
I think as well, like, it reeks of jealousy. So many people are jealous, whether they admit it or not. Like, you can just tell who's jealous, but it's not that they're jealous because you've done anything wrong. It's just like they wish to be you so bad, but it's like, do something about it then. Like, start a business. Like, just if you really want to do it so bad, just do it.
They need to break out of their comfort circle type thing.
Comfort zone.
That's it, comfort zone.
Most people won't though. They don't want to break out of their comfort zone.
Because they want to live in comfort, out of fear.
They think that.
And it's the same people that are like, oh, you're working too much, you need to get a life, you should go out, drink, but it says who, right? Like.
Yeah, literally, like, once I'm retired and live on a yacht somewhere, then I'll chill.
Yeah, like why would you, it's best now to
Exactly.
work in your 20s and 30s and even 40s. Just go ham, and then you enjoy it later. But what it's like is people enjoy now and then just live like a normal.
Exactly, and from my experience, every time I've like been a party person, going clubbing all the time, having hangovers constantly, that was like at my worst stage in life. Like I was literally depressed.
Yeah.
And there's no way I would have been able to focus on business in that time. Like, you're not in a good mental state. Even if you're not depressed and you're just partying all the time, you're around the wrong people, it's the wrong atmosphere. Like, you can never just, the next day after a party, just work on your business.
No, not 100%.
Not if it's in a
can't.
routine. Like, obviously...
And time is the most valuable thing.
Exactly.
Like, missing a day is crazy.
Exactly, especially when you're first starting out as well.
Oh,
But, like,
yeah, 100%.
Obviously, like, for example, now, if someone did a thing in a party atmosphere for a birthday, like, we could go, it's not going to affect anything because it's not our lifestyle. It's not, we're not making ourselves be in that field.
Yeah, I don't
all
even
the
drink.
time.
I don't even drink.
Well, no, exactly,
Like,
and I barely do either. Like, I had a cocktail the other day, but before that, I can't even remember the last
But
time.
drinking's not like necessarily like bad. It's the, like if you continuously drink
Every
every single weekend, yeah. But I just don't drink. So I just don't like it. But
like, it's not going to get you anywhere.
yeah, no. And
there's nothing against people who obviously go out, but it's just not something that
you can
mixes
enjoy
well with being
yourself. But I'm
successful.
not going to like. I'm not interested in any like going out clubbing.
No.
It's like I'm just want to scale.
Exactly, like we can throw our own parties when we've got a mansion, and then fair enough. But
yeah. Literally.
I don't want to be in a club surrounded by sweaty people. I'm good.
Yo.
I don't. Everyone's sweating, drunk, dribbling everywhere. It's not my scene. I don't want to be a part of it.
Dribbling everywhere.
It's gross. Like when you actually think about it. You know, when
Yeah,
you're
it's
on the
crazy. Like the
dance
last time
floor.
I'm 22. When was the last one clubbing? It was when I was 21. Yeah, 21 years old was the last time I went clubbing.
When was the last time?
Back in like
February.
February, March.
Or was it going to Brighton? It was like around that time. But like, look, imagine doing that now. I can't imagine.
I can't imagine.
It cringes me out so bad.
As well, I was lost then as well.
Yeah, exactly. So was I. Like, I've only ever been a proper club person in the parts of my life where I'm so lost. It's unbelievable. So the association with it as well is not good.
Yeah, and everyone's normal. That's why you need to be different.
Yeah, exactly.
Being different is good.
And I think...
And they might call you weird, but being weird, like, it's better than being normal, no?
Yeah, exactly. That's boring. And
Exactly. Being different won't get you somewhere.
Exactly, like...
Being normal, because everyone's normal.
Am I
it's not
going to get a
you anywhere.
Lamborghini Urus by being normal? No.
Just living a normal life. Like, no, it won't.
I could never have a normal life. Like, it sounds so... I don't know, mind-numbing. That's just me though. Like, obviously, some people are completely happy with having a 9 to 5, and
That's fair enough.
I
Like,
respect
if that's for you, then that's for you.
like, if you're happy
But
doing it, then fair enough. But
I just can't relate.
Every job I've had, I've left, and I'm late constantly. I don't put the effort in, or I get fired. No, there's no way. Like, I literally said to myself, I think it was 2019, my last job, and I said, I'm never working again. I don't care what happens, I'm just never working again. And I've stuck to my word since then. Even in times where I was broke, I made it work. Because there's no way I'm going back to a job, ever.
I remember as well, like, the times when I was working at my retail job, and then when I was working at Lidl, and just coming home and breaking down, having a mental, like, breakdown. Cause I'm like, this is not what I'm made. Like, I always had, like, a feeling, like, this ain't meant for me. Like, I don't enjoy it, and I'm meant to do more. Like, something bigger.
Especially as well, retail is so difficult, like, dealing with people.
Yeah.
It's awful. It's not even relaxing.
Mine was getting up at, like, 3 in the morning.
Yeah, hell
and then just leaving for work. Like, that's so mind-numbing. So draining, but yeah, that's why you just get out of there, and you have to take that massive risk. There's so many people are afraid to take that risk. They don't believe it. They limit their beliefs so much. Everyone does.
As well, like, you know, when people are constantly complaining, like, I've had such a long day at work, like, that is exactly why I'm doing this, because I don't want to ever feel like that. I don't want to come home and feel exhausted from spending 8 hours of my day being somewhere I don't want to be.
Where you be with people that you just don't care
Literally.
about, not...
Like faking your personality all day, pretending you like people, and just, no, I would never do that. I can't. I'm not made for that.
Yeah, no, it's crazy. It's crazy.
And as well, when I was younger, I never knew I wanted to start a business. Like, it was 2019 when I kind of got into it, but I just always knew I don't want a job. Like, people say, what do you want to be when you're older? I don't know, a cloud, I don't know, because I don't want to be anything. Like, I'd be anything but have a job.
Yeah,
like, there's no way I could not give you a job that I wanted to do, because I just
I always
didn't
knew
want
that I was
to.
made for something like more.
Yeah, exactly.
There's no way I'm living, like, there's just no way. I would never allow myself to just work in a retail job. And nothing, like, against, like, retail. Like, if that's something you're like, then fair enough. But for me, that just can't happen.
Yeah, no, literally, any job at all, I'm not doing it.
Yeah, no.
It's always how I've been, and it's how it's going to stay.
Exactly that.
It's like before, we had to put ourselves against the wall. We had nothing. It was like make or break, like we have to do something.
That's the best thing I would suggest anyone, like, put your back against the wall. Like, if this doesn't work out for you, then you're actually, like, fucked.
Yeah, like, you've got no choice.
Obviously you don't have to, but that's how we done it, and I think that's the best thing.
I think it worked really well.
Yeah, 100% it works. It worked really well. Like,
because it's so hard to motivate yourself. So like having that extra thing to push you.
External motivation as well. I believe, like, there's some people that work really well off external motivation.
Yeah.
You make like 100k a month and you spend it.
Yeah.
You have to, because then you force yourself. Right. What?
You love spending your money.
No, I'm smart with spending money.
Well, I mean, you make money, you got to spend it though, right? Like, what's the point?
Yeah, you have to spend money. So guys, that is it for this video. If you guys like this style of content, then let me know. Let us know. Write and tell us in the comments. Like the video, subscribe, and if you got any questions, I hope this video brought value to you. And yeah, got any questions? Feel free to put them in the comments. I read every single comment. And yeah, make sure to like, subscribe, and see you in the next one. And also as well, go follow Erin Maddie OFM on Instagram. And yeah, see you in the next one, guys. Let's go!